Headlights sliced through the November gloom on Route 19, pinning Jake Turner's pickup like a spotlight. Two trucks boxed him in with surgical precision, forcing him onto the muddy shoulder. Jake, 44, owner of Turner's Garage, had 3 seconds to realize this wasn't a prank before his world tilted. 25 years fixing engines taught him to stay cool under pressure, but when 4 masked men spilled from the trucks, cool wasn't an option. His driver's door was ripped open and rough hands dragged him to the dirt. Jake Turner, a muffled voice growled, oddly familiar. This is what happens when you overstep. A fist caught his jaw, then his ribs. Pain exploded, but through it, Jake glimpsed a silver watch with a chipped bezel on the attacker's wrist. A Patek Philippe he'd seen at neighborhood cookouts, worn by Paul Decker, his wife's golf buddy. Decker says stay down, the voice hissed as a boot landed. Darkness swallowed Jake. He woke to antiseptic and beeping monitors, ribs screaming with each breath. Mr. Turner, I'm Agent Lisa Harper, FBI, a sharp-eyed woman said, badge gleaming on her navy jacket. Why'd 4 men try to kill you? Jake stared at the hospital ceiling, mind on that watch. Paul Decker, a city councilman, sleeping with his wife, Claire, and now trying to erase him. Wrong place, wrong time, he rasped. Harper's eyes narrowed. Random doesn't use city vehicles. Call me when you're ready to talk. She left a card and walked out. 3 days later, Jake surveyed his wrecked garage. Tools gone, machines smashed, even his vintage radio in pieces. Found it like this, said Manny, his apprentice. Cops called it a break-in. Said it happens. Jake's ribs ached as he spotted his dad's old wrench, mangled. See Claire lately? He asked. Manny hesitated. At Rusty's Tavern with Decker. Real close boss. Claire at a dive bar? She'd never. Unless she was celebrating. Jake checked Manny's delivery truck, finding a dashcam. This running last week? He asked. Saves everything, Manny nodded. The footage showed 2 trucks, one with a partial plate, city issued. Jake grinned coldly. Paul thought he was dead. Claire thought she was free. Time to prove them wrong. At Neon Pulse, a glitzy club, Jake watched from the bar. Claire, in a silver dress, laughed with Paul in a VIP booth, his hand on her thigh. Across sat Vince Malone, a developer tied to shady deals. This wasn't just an affair, it was a network. Jake scribbled on a napkin. 2 trucks for fists, 1 watch. See you soon. He left it, catching Paul's eye as he exited. Paul's face drained of color. Jake? You're dead. Jake shrugged. Guess not. A week later, Jake struck. An anonymous tip to Channel 5 exposed safety violations at Malone's strip malls. Minor fines, but the bad press stung. Next, a local paper got leaked records of tax evasion at Malone's warehouses. Jake worked like he rebuilt motors. Slow, precise, targeting weak points. Manny, a ghost with a camera, snapped Paul meeting dealers in an alley. Jake mailed the photos to Harper, no return address. Malone's empire wobbled. Jake hit his towing company, a protection racket client, with subtle sabotage, slashed tires, drained batteries. When insurers investigated, Jake, overhearing at a diner, mentioned Malone's name. Heard businesses paying him get hit hard if they don't. 3 clients dropped Malone's services, that week, margins crumbling. Harper met Jake at a greasy spoon. You're stirring things up, she said, sliding photos of Paul with criminals across the table. These just appeared. Your work. Jake sipped his coffee. Just a mechanic. She produced a ledger, Malone's books, detailing payoffs and smuggling. Where'd you get this? She asked. Friends in low places, Jake replied. Give me 10 days and it's yours. Harper nodded. 10 days. Then you're out. Claire hummed in the shower, oblivious as Jake entered their home, his legally. Her new perfume, Paul's brand, sat on her dresser. She emerged in a velvet robe, freezing when she saw him. Jake, you're alive. Disappointed? He asked, showing a video from a hidden camera Manny rigged. Claire on the phone. Paul, when do we leave? Jake's a problem. Paul's reply, after tomorrow he's gone for good. Claire paled. That's illegal, she stammered. News'll love it, Jake said. Your councilman's tied to Malone's rackets. It's over. 10 days later, Harper announced arrests on Channel 5. Paul Decker, Vince Malone, and 10 others for racketeering. Claire faced conspiracy charges. Jake watched from his rebuilt garage, now thriving without Malone's shadow. Paul got 20 years, Malone 25, Claire 6. Harper visited, off-duty. Detective jobs open. You in? Jake laughed. I fix things, Lisa. That's enough. He returned to his work, whistling. Paul thought he'd won. Claire thought she'd escaped. They forgot Jake knew how to dismantle anything broken and rebuild it right.